Listen closely. Beloved, you've been wondering why everything feels unfamiliar. Why the things that once brought comfort no longer carry the same peace. Why the pace has shifted, and the pressure has intensified. Why your prayers have grown quieter, yet your soul feels louder. This is not a season of punishment. It is a season of stretching. And stretching is not the absence of my presence. It is the evidence of it. I am making room in you for what you cannot yet see. I am enlarging your capacity for what I'm about to pour out. But growth rarely feels like glory. It feels like pulling, like pressing, like something is being asked of you that you didn't think you had to give. I know. I see the hidden places where you are reaching beyond what feels possible. I see the silent obedience, the tired yes, the fragile faith. But don't mistake this tension for abandonment. I am closer than you think. I am not just watching this stretch, I am in it with you. I am the hand guiding the reach. I am the breath that sustains the weight. I am the whisper in the dark saying, keep going, I am here. Do not rush this moment. Do not shrink to fit the shape you once were. I am transforming you, from the inside out. And yes, it feels like more than you asked for. Yes, it feels longer than you expected. But this is where the roots grow deep. This is where the false things fall away. This is where you become who I've called you to be, not just in vision, but in vessel. Let me stretch you. Let me shape you. Even when it feels like everything is being pulled apart, I am pulling you toward my promise. And if these words have stirred something inside you, if you feel the weight of this stretch but also the hope of this whisper, pause and gently share this message. Like it, comment, subscribe, not to amplify noise, but to awaken someone else who is being stretched in silence. You are not alone, and this is not the end. It is the beginning of capacity, the beginning of deeper things. And I will meet you in the stretch. You keep asking me when it will ease, when the stretching will stop, when the release will come. But child, the stretch is not the enemy. It is the holy process that prepares you for the weight of glory. It is how I expand what I placed in you before time began. You cannot carry what is coming without this tension. Do not despise the resistance. Even the seed must push through soil before it sees light. Even the sky must break open before rain falls. And so must you stretch through discomfort into divine capacity. I know what you feel. You say your prayers don't sound the same. You say your hope feels thin. But hope that stretches learns to stand without applause. Faith that stretches learns to walk even in silence. I am teaching you how to move by my rhythm, not your need. How to live by my whisper, not your feelings. How to endure not just for survival, but for transformation. This is the sacred place, where old identities break open, where old habits fall away, where the false finish lines are removed. And I lead you deeper. You were not made to stay the same. You were made to expand. And expansion always starts with pressure. It always begins with the unfamiliar. Because what I am doing in you is not for where you've been, it's for where I'm leading you next. So stay soft in the tension. Let my words stretch your faith. Let my spirit stretch your prayers. Let my timing stretch your trust. I am not late. I am deliberate. And I have not overlooked your obedience. Every yes counts. Every unseen surrender is recorded in eternity. You are being prepared for more than you can carry right now. But you will carry it. And when the fullness comes, you'll understand why the stretch mattered. For now, breathe. Let the stretch continue. Let me finish what I began. You wonder why the doors haven't opened. Why the opportunities haven't come like you imagined. Why the favor feels delayed. But this season is not about visible fruit. It is about invisible formation. You are being built in secret. Just like the foundation of a house, unseen, but unshakable. Because what I am preparing you for will require more than gift. It will require stamina. It will require surrender. And that kind of depth only comes in the stretch. The silence is not me withholding. It is me settling you, rooting you, aligning you, so that when the doors open, you don't walk through them carrying what can't go with you. So that when the elevation comes, your character is already anchored. so that when the blessing falls, your soul doesn't break under its weight. Yes, this is a season of stretching, but it is also a season of mercy. Because I love you too much to let you skip what builds you. I care too much to allow your destiny to arrive before you are ready to hold it. So I stretch you. I stretch your trust when answers delay. I stretch your patience when timelines shift. I stretch your identity until it aligns with heaven. Not applause. You're not failing. You're forming. You're not lost. You're being led in a way your eyes can't yet perceive. Do not measure your growth by visibility. Measure it by surrender. Are you still showing up? Still praying when it feels dry? Still listening even when you're not sure what's next? Then you are growing. Then the stretch is working. Stay with me. The shaping is sacred, and I'm not finished yet. There will come a moment, not far from now, when you will look back on this season and see it clearly. You will see that I was not silent. I was strategic. You will see that the stretching did not break you. It remade you. You will see that the isolation wasn't punishment. It was preservation. You will see that the delay was not denial. It was development. And you will thank me. Not just for the answered prayers, but for the tension that trained your faith. For the quiet that taught you to hear my voice beyond the noise. For the stretching that birthed a version of you that reflects more of me. So don't resist the pull. Don't shrink from the ache of becoming. I am not done shaping your story. In this stretch, it is holy. Let it do its work. Let it sanctify what once was self-reliant. Let it prune what once was driven by approval. Let it break what cannot hold the weight of glory. Because I am making room for more. More discernment. More wisdom. More anointing. More authority that flows not from title, but from intimacy. You've asked to be used. I'm answering. Not with a platform, but with preparation. Not with visibility, but with vision. This is the behind-the-scenes work of heaven. And though your flesh may resist it, your spirit already recognizes it as sacred. That's why you keep coming back. Even when it hurts. Even when it's hard. Because deep down, you know, you were made for this. You were made to stretch. And yes, I know the stretch feels lonely. I know there are moments you wonder if anyone sees what you're carrying. But this is not the season of being seen. It is the season of being sent. And before I send you forward, I secure you in me. Before I place you before others, I pour into you in secret. Because where I'm leading you cannot be sustained by shallow roots. The assignment is weighty. The call is costly. But so is the oil that is forming in this stretch. You don't see it yet, but I do. Every time you choose worship instead of worry. Every time you choose obedience instead of comfort. Every time you trust me with the things you don't understand. The oil flows. The oil deepens. And what I will pour from your life in the days to come will be marked not by performance, but by presence. Because you didn't skip the stretch. You didn't abandon the process. You let me expand what needed to grow. You let me remove what needed to fall away. You let me have access to your pain. And I met you there. I always do. That's why this season matters. Because you will come out stronger, but not in the way the world defines it. You'll be stronger in surrender. Stronger in sensitivity to my spirit. Stronger in your knowledge that I am enough. And that, beloved, is strength the enemy cannot touch. So let the stretch continue. It will not last forever. But what it births, will. Do not envy the ones who seem to move ahead with ease. Do not compare your path to theirs. What I am doing in you is not rushed. It is rooted. And things that grow deep often grow slow. But when the winds come, and they will, what is rooted will remain. What is stretched through surrender will stand when everything else shakes. So don't rush to the next season. Don't long for what is not yet yours. Trust that I know the pace. Trust that I see the whole picture. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are being formed. And formation is not glamorous. It happens in silence. It happens in stillness. It happens in the places no one claps for, but heaven watches closely. You may feel small, but in my hands, small things become sacred things. David was small when I chose him. Gideon was hidden when I called him. Mary was overlooked when I overshadowed her with destiny. And you are in the same hands. Do not curse this slow work. It is eternal. And when it is finished, what I pour through your life will carry the weight of my glory. Because it wasn't rushed. It was refined. In the stretch, you are not being punished. You are being positioned. This season of stretching is not proof that something is wrong. It is confirmation that something is coming. I never stretch what I do not intend to fill. I never prepare what I do not intend to send. And you are being made ready. It won't always feel like this. There will come a day when the stretch will give way to stride. When the tension will break into testimony. When what once felt like tearing will turn into triumph. But for now, stay faithful in the tension. Let me build in you what no platform ever could. Let me refine in you what applause could never shape. Let me anchor in you what success can never satisfy. Because the stretch is not about pain, it's about preparation. I am enlarging your heart. I am stretching your sight. I am deepening your trust. So that when the next season comes, you won't just perform, you'll carry. You'll carry peace that passes understanding. You'll carry joy that isn't shaken by outcomes. You'll carry wisdom born in the quiet. You'll carry anointing that can't be manufactured. All because you said yes in the stretch. And I saw it. Every time. You will not always feel stretched. But you will always be strengthened. What feels like resistance now will one day become resilience. What feels like lack will one day overflow with life. Because this is who I am. The God who turns ashes into beauty. Pain into purpose. Surrender into strength. But I do it on my terms. In my time. And that's why I'm asking you to keep trusting. Even when it feels like nothing is changing. Even when the stretch is silent. I'm still moving. I'm still shaping. And I have not taken my hand off your life. I am the author. I am the potter. And the clay does not need to understand the form to trust the hand. You're being shaped for glory. For weight. For legacy. Let me finish the stretch. It won't last forever. But it will change everything. You were not created to be comfortable. You were created to be conformed into the image of my Son. And transformation is always uncomfortable. That's why I've allowed this stretch. Not to harm you, but to align you. Not to crush you, but to shape you. Because there are things you've been carrying that cannot cross into your next. There are identities you've worn that I'm now removing. There are beliefs you've clung to that I'm now refining. And it doesn't feel gentle, but it is good. Because I am good. And my hands are steady. Even when your heart is not. So don't run from this season. Let it finish its work. Let the stretching take you deeper into dependence. Let it take you beyond surface prayers and into sacred surrender. This is where the power rests. In the quiet places. In the stretching places. In the places where you are empty, just in time to be filled. You have asked me to increase your faith. This is my answer. Not through comfort, but through capacity. Not through ease, but through expansion. I am enlarging your ability to carry the unseen. To walk without visible signs. To believe when nothing yet confirms the promise. That is faith. And that is what this stretch is forming in you. You will come out of this not with a temporary strength, but with a new identity. You are being renamed. Not by failure, but by faithfulness. I am marking you with endurance. With insight. With an unshakable awareness of my presence. So stay soft. Stay open. Even when you feel tired of waiting. Even when you feel stretched to the edge of breaking. You will not break. You will grow. And one day you will say, "Thank you for the stretch. It made me who I am." And I will smile. Because I knew all along what I was shaping in you. And it is beautiful. So when the tension rises again tomorrow. When you wake up with questions you can't yet answer. When the days blur together and you wonder if this stretch has an end. Come back here. Come back to this still place. Where I whisper again what is always true. You are not forsaken. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are being built. You are being filled. You are being positioned for something greater than what your hands alone can hold. And the reason it feels so hard is not because you're weak. It's because you're growing. And growth is never painless. But it is always purposeful in my hands. So keep saying yes. Even when it's hard. Keep bringing your weakness. I will keep meeting you with strength. Keep surrendering the places that still resist me. I will keep loving them into healing. And keep trusting. Because though the stretching is not glamorous, it is glorious. And I am with you through it all. Even now, I am stretching your view of what strength really means. You thought strength was standing tall. But I say it's knowing how to kneel. You thought strength was having answers. But I say it's asking the right questions. You thought strength was never being shaken. But I say it's knowing where to run when you are. My child, you are stronger than you know, because you keep returning. You keep surrendering. You keep stretching with me. And this partnership, this yielding, is what prepares you for the next level. Because I will not promote you beyond what your character can carry. And that's why I stretch you here, now, in private. So that when the public moment comes, your soul is ready, your peace is steady, your ears are tuned to my voice. You won't need the crowd. Because you'll carry the cloud. You won't need the confirmation of people. Because you'll be full of the presence of God. And that kind of strength, no one can steal. That kind of stretch, no one can undo. Let it be done in you. Fully, deeply, permanently. You won't regret the yes. You'll see one day, it was the stretch that made space for the outpouring. So don't rush this. Don't resent the process that is reshaping you. What I am forming in the dark will shine with my light. But not before it is ready. Not before you are ready. And I know the timing. You don't need to control it. You only need to stay open. Open hands. Open heart. Open ears. I'm not stretching you to leave you. I'm stretching you to lead you. To take you somewhere new. To show you what only the stretched soul can perceive. Depth. Dependence. Divine rhythm. This is what I'm awakening in you. So stay. Stay when it feels silent. Stay when others seem to move ahead. Stay in the quiet furnace where I burn away what can't remain. And trust that I am not wasting this. I never waste surrender. Every second in my presence is eternal investment. And what is planted in this stretch, you will reap in due time. If you do not give up. So don't give up. Don't close off. Don't shrink back into who you were. Keep stretching. It's worth it. You'll see. And one day, the moment will come. You'll wake up and realize the weight no longer feels the same. You'll notice your heart no longer panics in the waiting. You'll recognize your steps no longer hesitate in the unknown. Why? Because the stretch will have done its work. You will have grown. Subtly. Daily. Faithfully. You will have become more. Not because you tried harder. But because you trusted deeper. This is the miracle of surrender. This is the power of staying in the stretch. The version of you on the other side of this will be more aligned with heaven. More rooted in love. More anchored in truth. And it won't be because everything got easier. It will be because you allowed the stretch to do what it came to do. Transform. Stretching transforms. It exposes the edges. It reveals the limits. And then, slowly, gently, it expands them. You are being expanded. Even when you don't feel it. Even when it looks the same. You are being made new. And I, the God of every season, will finish what I started in you. So don't just endure the stretch, embrace it. Welcome it as a sign that you are not stagnant. Welcome it as evidence that you are moving forward. You asked me for more. This is the path to it. More peace? Then I stretch your mind. More purpose? Then I stretch your willingness. More presence? Then I stretch your distractions. Every greater thing you desire begins in the pull, the holy tension of becoming. Let me pull you past old boundaries. Let me pull you beyond your comfort zone. Let me pull you into obedience. Even when logic protests. Because you cannot grow without letting go. You cannot rise without being rooted. And this stretch? It is the place where deep meets deep. Where the surface things fall silent. And you discover that I am still enough. Even here. Especially here. When the stretch is the hardest. I am the closest. Because I do not leave in the middle. I do not abandon mid-process. I stay. I hold. I whisper truth until it rewrites your bones. So listen again. This season is not punishment. It's permission. Permission to become. Permission to shed the old. Permission to carry new weight with new strength. You are being renewed. Day by day. Word by word. Breath by breath. Let me keep stretching you. You're almost through. And even when your faith feels fragile. Even when the questions return in waves. Even when your strength seems too small to carry the vision I've placed in your heart. I am still faithful. I am still present. And I am not asking you to feel strong. I am asking you to remain surrendered. Because the strength will rise when the time is right. The clarity will come when it can no longer distract you. The doors will open when your heart no longer needs the platform to prove your worth. That's what this stretch is stripping away. The need to prove. The need to perform. The need to hustle for what I've already given in grace. You are being healed of false pressures. You are being realigned with kingdom rhythm. Not pace, but purpose. Not speed, but surrender. So trust me with your capacity. I know how far to stretch you. I know how to expand you without breaking you. I know how to gently enlarge your faith while holding your tears. This is not a test of how strong you can be. It's an invitation to discover how near I am. And I'm here, still whispering, still stretching, still calling you deeper. You were never meant to stay where it's easy. You were made for transformation. And transformation always begins in tension. So if you feel stretched, you're exactly where I want you. You are not losing yourself. You are shedding the layers that were never you to begin with. You are releasing old roles, old fears, old stories that no longer carry truth. And though it feels like loss, it is holy release. Because I'm making space. For joy not rooted in outcome. For confidence not anchored in applause. For authority not built on striving. That's what's forming in the stretch. So don't rush out of this. Sit with me here. Let the pressure press you into my presence. Let the ache soften you to my whisper. Let the slow pace realign your soul with the eternal. You are not forgotten. You are being faithfully and fearfully reformed. And I will finish the work I've begun. Even if the stretch lingers longer than you hoped. Even if the answers take time. Even if the path narrows. I will not let go of you in this process. I will not stop speaking. I will not waste a single step. Because this is my work. And you are my vessel. Chosen, held, stretched, but not broken. Refined, but never alone. So breathe again. Breathe not as one burdened, but as one becoming. You are becoming what I saw in you before the foundation of the world. A reflection of my glory. A carrier of my peace. A vessel formed not by speed, but by stillness. This season is not forever. But what it builds in you, that will last. Because character forged in surrender does not fade. Anointing born in quiet does not dissipate. Wisdom gained in pressure does not break. And the soul that has been stretched in me, that soul walks differently. That soul speaks with weight. That soul listens with love. That soul carries what the world cannot give and cannot steal. You are that soul. You are the one I've called to carry what others dropped. To walk through what others avoided. To speak what others buried. And though the stretch may not look glorious from the outside, I see the glory in it. The angels lean in when you keep showing up. Heaven marks the moment when you worship through the ache. Every whispered yes resounds in eternity. And I honor it. I honor your faithfulness in the stretch. And soon, very soon, I will unveil what I've been forming all along. You won't recognize yourself after this season. Not because you've changed on the outside, but because your spirit has been stretched into greater depth. You will walk into rooms and carry peace that silences confusion. You will speak words that sound ordinary to others, but they will carry the fragrance of heaven. You will discern what others miss. You will weep for what once numbed you. You will see like I see. And you will love like I love. Because the stretch will have softened you, broken you open, and made you available. That's what this was about all along, availability. I don't need your perfection. I don't need your polished words. I don't even need your plan. I need your yes. I need your surrender. And you gave it. So I'll use it. I'll multiply it. And I will cause rivers to flow from the places that once felt barren. Because the stretch was never about punishment, it was about preparation. And now, the preparation is almost done. So stand tall. Even if you feel tired. Even if you're still waiting. Even if the doors haven't opened. Stand anyway. Because what I've placed inside of you is real. What I've done in the stretch cannot be undone. And what's coming next, you are ready for it. You may not feel it. But I see it. And I will walk you through every step. This is still the season of stretching. But it is also the season of strengthening. And soon, the season of sending. So let the stretching continue, not as something to fear, but as something to welcome. Let it be the evidence that I am not done with you. Let it be the sign that I love you enough to prepare you fully. Let it be the place where you stop striving and start receiving. This is not about achievement. It's about alignment. It's about becoming who you already are in my eyes. It's about stripping away the noise so that the truth can emerge. You are my child, my chosen, my vessel. And I will not stretch you beyond what you can carry. I will stretch you until you realize you were never meant to carry it alone. I will stretch you until you stop building for your own name and start moving for my glory. And when you look back, you will weep, not because of the pain, but because of the joy. You'll see how I carried you. You'll see how I covered you. You'll see how every hidden moment mattered. Because I don't waste pain. I don't forget obedience. And I don't leave the ones I love in shallow waters. So welcome the stretch. Welcome the strength. Welcome the season that will shape your legacy. You won't leave it the same. You will leave it deeper, wider, truer, and stronger than you've ever been. Because this stretch, is not the end. It's the doorway to everything I've been waiting to release through you. Now rest in it, and rise from it, for the stretch is holy. And I am here. Let your soul exhale. You've carried more than most can see. You've stretched farther than you thought possible. You've waited longer than you ever planned. And yet, you're still here. Still surrendered. Still stretching. And that is not weakness. That is worship. That is strength heaven celebrates. So let me now pour into you what you've been pouring out. Let me refill the places that ran dry in the stretching. Let me speak peace over the weariness and breathe joy into the places that have grown numb. You are not forgotten. You are being crowned with endurance. And what I place in your hands next will not be rushed. It will be right, because I was never trying to make you faster. I was trying to make you faithful. And you are. Even in the stretch, you are mine. And I am so proud of you. Stay with me. The stretch is holy. The oil is coming. And glory will rest on your life. And as you go forward from here, let this truth never leave you. You were not stretched in vain. You were stretched for the weight of what's ahead. You were stretched for the healing of those who will find hope through your story. You were stretched to carry things others dropped. You were stretched to stand where others fell. And you were stretched not by your own doing, but by divine design. This was never about pain for pain's sake. This was about preparation for something sacred. And now, you are ready. Not because you feel ready, but because you have learned how to trust me in the tension. You have learned how to stay when it was easier to flee. You have learned how to let me hold you through what didn't make sense. And that kind of faith, that kind of yielded heart, I can build upon. So breathe deep. You are whole. You are full. You are stretched and strong. And you are ready for the new that's coming. Walk into it. With grace. With joy. With me. Always. And this is how your stretch will be remembered. Not by how loudly you cried. But by how deeply you trusted. Not by how perfect you walked it. But by how faithfully you stayed. Not by how fast it ended. But by how beautifully you were changed. Because you said yes in the stretch. And that yes was holy. And heaven saw it. And I will honor it. Not just in eternity, but even now. In the days ahead. In the places you least expect. My glory will meet you there. And you'll know, it was worth it. Every step. Every tear. Every stretch. Because it made you ready. And I am with you still. So if tonight you feel weary. If today felt like too much. If tomorrow still looks unclear. Rest in this. The stretch did not break you. It built you. It positioned you for power, not performance. It readied you for purpose, not popularity. And I, the one who stretched you, will also strengthen you. From here forward, walk with new vision, speak with renewed grace, move with anchored peace. And remember, the stretch was never the end. It was the beginning of your becoming. And I will never stop walking with you. Ever. So keep going, keep stretching, keep yielding, because the hands that stretched you are the hands that hold you. And I will never let go. Not in the silence, not in the sorrow, not in the stretch. I am your God. I am your strength. I am your steady ground beneath unsteady feet. And I am proud of you, more than you know. Rest now. The stretching has made room. And I will fill it. With peace. With purpose. With my presence. Forever. You are ready. You are seen. You are stretched and steady. Now go. I go with you. Always. Let this moment seal it. The stretch was not for nothing. It was the birthplace of glory. It was the breaking open of deeper trust. It was the beginning of a new strength, not born of striving, but of surrender. And from this day forward, every step you take will carry the fragrance of what you've endured. Heaven sees it, heaven honors it, and I will pour more than you imagine into every space you've let me stretch. It has begun. Now walk in it. It is finished. And this stretch, this sacred, hidden season, will become your testimony. Not just of what you endured, but of who carried you through. You are never alone. You are never forgotten. You are being stretched by love. And you will be sustained by it forever. So do not fear the stretch. It is sacred. It is shaping. And it is sealed with my presence. This is your season. And I am your strength. Rest now. The stretching season has done its work. And I will do the rest. You did not break. You became. And I was with you in it all. And I will be with you in every stretch to come.